Ready.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Morgan County Drainage Board meeting for December 1st. If you'll please stand and follow Mr. Brock in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I do recognize a quorum. Need motion to approve the minutes from October 6th.
I will move to approve.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Any corrections, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Old business, Mary A. Downer Drain.
Just wanted to touch base and let you know that at the last meeting, we let a bid to.
Can you, is that on? It's not working real good. I haven't got my ears in yet, but
And I don't know how to run it.
maybe it's just me.
Tap it, Bill, and see.
It's on.
On.
Just, will it come up a little?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I can't see your ugly face.
Makes sense. No, at the last drainage board meeting, we let a bid to clean that portion of Nutter from Washington Street to the bypass. And that work has been completed. And I think the surveyor will find it complete, so probably should pay for that. No, there really wasn't a whole lot of sediment in it, and what was in it was more rock than it was sediment, to be honest. Because it's all coming from an impervious area. It's not an open drain. So I think like all the tiny gravels that get picked up along the roads get swept into those drains and then deposited out to the open part. But to go through there and really have that sediment that we need to really get growth of planting grass, we did. It was very rocky and very coarse material, so we did seed it and straw it and with good seed, so I'm pretty sure that, you know, by springtime it'll look pretty again, but yeah,
Good deal.
It's clean, so that's all I had.
Just wanted you to go ahead and approve the final payment, so we've already put the claim in for it, it's ready for it, to get sent out today.
Is there a motion to approve the final claim?
Kenny Hale makes a motion to approve the final claim for Taylor Cooper Excavating.
Do I have a second?
Second.
In favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next business, Matt, EMH&T Engineering requesting final drainage. Stipula?
Stipula,
Stipula.
depending on where you are. Some of my family's stipulas. I'm a stipula. Poland.
Keep them.
So this is for Project Louis drainage approval. So we've gone back and forth with Terry and the third-party reviewer. So this is for disturbance of 356 acres of the 391-acre parcel. We will be discharging to Clearbrook and McCracken Creek. So we have submitted and got approval from IDEM as well for the stormwater, construction stormwater and sediment erosion control.
Any questions?
Yeah, I guess it's all been reviewed and fine.
Yeah, our reviewer is here from Burke Engineering, he's gonna walk us
Hear
through a little
the
bit.
story. Thank you.
I think,
And thank you for your work, gentlemen.
Good morning, Dave.
Kenny, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, sir?
All right, I'm Dave Eichelberger with Christopher Burke Engineering. So as Matt pointed out, this is upwards of 400 acres of disturbed area, bounded on the north by Keller Hill Road Antioch Road to the east, State Road 42 to the south, and Union Church Road to the west. One thing I want to point out is there are no regulated drains impacted by this project. The existing discharge points are to the north through a 24-inch under Keller Hill Road flowing north to McCracken Creek, and then south at multiple large culverts under State Road 42 flowing down to Sycamore Creek, and then west under Union Church Road, and then flowing west to McCracken Creek. This is a mass grading project only at this time. Mass grading for the site, stormwater detention ponds, ditches to convey stormwater, on-site stormwater runoff to those ponds. There's going to be 14 different detention ponds. 14 of them. It was fun to review. There's a lot of culverts, storm sewers, and the ditches. They designed the stormwater management plan assuming a 75% impervious surface upon development of the site. And then with those proposed detention ponds, the stormwater drainage, release rates meet the county standards. I wanted to kind of point out that we did start this review process with a kickoff meeting back in April. Got the first submittal in May, and then over the next 7 months through the summer and the fall, we reviewed it 6 different times. So it's been 7 months of reviewing this project. At this point, we are recommending approval of the project with several conditions. So I want to kind of point out some of the conditions. Matt pointed out that he got the IDEM CSGP permit. I believe we're still waiting on IDEM and core approval for impacts to the jurisdictional areas. Yes, we still are. Okay, so one of the conditions that there are some core and IDEM permits needed for impacts to some of the jurisdictional streams. The mass grading plans that they've provided identify those areas and have notes that those areas are not to be disturbed until the permits have been obtained. So what we've done is we've added a condition to the approval memo that basically says that the applicant needs to provide copies of all regulatory permits from IDEM and the core for those impacts, and identify any changes to the mass grading plan that would be necessary or required due to the conditions of the permit from others. Another one, there is an existing electrical easement with overhead wires and transmission towers throughout the length of the site. The applicant has indicated they're coordinating with the utility for the relocation of that existing line as well as service to the site. So we've added as a condition that they need to provide copies of all approvals from the utility, allowing their proposed site features within that existing easement and/or approvals from the utility for any proposed features within a proposed relocated easement, either one, the existing easement or the relocated easement, and that they need to identify any changes to the mass grading plan that may be required due to the coordination with the utility. And then the last kind of major condition is there is some work proposed in the rights of way for the state, for Morgan County, and for Hendricks County. So again, provide copies of the approvals for work in the right-of-way from the mass grading plan for the 2 counties or for the state. And again, identify any changes to the mass grading plan that would be necessary due to any type of coordination with the county highway departments or NDOT. So again, we're recommending approval with several conditions while they're continuing to seek approvals through other entities besides the Drainage Board. And that's about it.
The majority of Keller Hill is in Hendricks County, so we have to go through their approval process too. So they maintain that road, so they have to give us approval for that. So, but we've been working with them. We have meetings they have a road meeting every 2 weeks, Zoom, and they're working through all those specs and all that now. So.
Do we need to use the Joint Drainage Board for any of that?
Not for drain, no. Everything, all the drainage are within Morgan County.
Drainage is in,
Yeah, it's stays in our county.
Okay.
The road itself, though, since they maintain the south road,
Drainage goes that direction?
no,
None of
it
does.
goes west on the south side of Keller Hill, but that's in Morgan County, so it never gets through there. So, yep.
And how often do we have boots on the ground to make sure everything's flowing right?
Bill
As
and I
this
be out there all
develops.
the time.
How often do we have boots on the ground to make sure that when it rains, it's draining right, correctly?
They will be, so they've got people on site, they're gonna be working through the winter when they can, so they will have, on-site personnel, they have a superintendent that's permanently on site. And they also have a third party that is doing their inspection.
They've got their people on site, and then they've hired an independent inspector to be out there all the time, too.
And how often will we get updates?
Bill, you want to talk about that?
How often do we get updates?
They are to maintain a weekly, every 7-day inspection, and after every half-inch rain. That's per ordinance and per state. And then anytime that I request a inspection, they're gonna have it back to me in 48 hours. And I'll do regulatory inspections. I probably have one scheduled here for probably next week, to make sure that we all got started off on the right foot. We did have a pre-construction meeting 2 weeks ago. So it's, they're to do they'll probably do it daily because they're there on site. You know, hey, this is broken, you know, everybody's aware of it, of what needs to be in place, so they can probably just fix it on site. Then they have a third-party independent inspector to be out there as well. And that's probably who I'll coordinate with. Stormwater, talking to stormwater. We
That's,
use a lot of acronyms, so.
right. And I wouldn't understand or know what I was looking for anyway, but
No.
the more information I have, the more I can handle the phone calls.
And the third party that's not a normal thing, they just hired that separately. Normally, they have their own qualified people to do it, which they do. Well, for a fact, the general contractor is qualified, and the dirt moving guy has got people qualified, they're both, so really, there's gonna be 3 parties looking at it all the time.
Good. Then maybe I won't get those phone calls.
No, you're
But
still
I
gonna
doubt
get the
it.
call.
But I doubt it.
Matt, did you want to say
I
something?
just a couple other things with a couple of the conditions. So for the wetland stream permit, there is one crossing. It's actually to get to the substation for the stream. That, we're anticipating getting that early next year. That's already been submitted. And I believe April is when they're planning on starting that work. So obviously, if we don't get it at the beginning of the year, they'll have to kind of look around, but there's ways around it. So it's not hindering progress on the site. And then we do have weekly calls with AES as well. So they're waiting on some final agreements for final engineering, but that's something that we've got profiles cut along, and they've been in the loop on that. So obviously, we'll coordinate any changes, but they've been in the loop, so I don't anticipate anything major on their end.
What were there, 3 watersheds, 3 basins?
Yeah, I mean, it goes 3 separate ways.
3 separate, right?
I mean, two to McCracken and 1 to Sigma.
Yeah. So, the western one goes to McCracken on our side, along Keller Hill, and then there was a little, right in the corner at Antioch and Keller Hill, there's another basin that goes north in the Morgan County. It ends up in McCracken, but it's a very small basin compared to the other 2. Majority goes back into Sycamore Creek, back into White River. I'd say 90% probably does, wouldn't you? In that range, I guess,
Yeah,
wouldn't you say,
it's-
Matt?
Yeah, the majority does go that way.
Yeah, majority goes right back to our watershed.
You can actually see if you're driving on Keller Hill Road, how little,
Yeah, how,
you can see
the rise and the berm. There is a little goes west. I know you asked me that question one time. There is some that goes west also.
Will we have to go in and, when this is done, clean out the creeks or through the DNR? I mean,
No, we
with the
shouldn't have
excess,
to, because
just because of the retaining ponds will hold
their
it?
retention rate is what? It is a
75%.
10-year, a 2-year, and then a 100 at 10. So they're going to be releasing a lot less than what goes out now.
And we'll skimmers on there'll be skimmers on all of those during construction too, aside from the controls, ditch checks, sediment fence, we'll have skimmers on all those basins. So anything leaving the site will go through the skimmer to help minimize any sediment.
How many retention ponds did I hear?
What'd you say? 14?
14.
There's 14. There's, I think, 5 that actually have outlets one to the west, one to the north, and then there's 3 that go down toward the south towards Sycamore. And the rest are kind of internal basins, in part for, 4 bays for sediment, but also the client, just to make sure if there's any contaminants that get in, basically they get trapped in a 4 bay ahead of any of the basins to release out to the watershed.
And there's a couple in the line, correct?
Yeah,
They-
that's a really good point he brings up. There's 14 of them, several of them are interconnected.
Yeah,
So they're basically acting as the same.
yeah.
They're just interconnected.
Some of them are, they're working as clean outs for the other ones. So once one fills up to a certain point, it'll jump to the next one, jump to the next one. So that first one will fill up first with sediment. So, and then they got skimmers, which is new to us. We've never had a skimmer in the county, so that's a new one.
Scammers, but not
Yeah,
skimmers.
scammers, a lot of scammers, but not skimmers, so.
And I really appreciate, I've talked to our economic development person, and I know you guys are working with the whole project, but the people that are the contractors out there are making contacts with the community, explaining what's going on to them as well as us, and so appreciated to see the professionalism and the concern and the, I guess you'd say the good business sense that I see.
Yeah, it seems like they've put in a good amount of effort into that and at least have a good working relationship even with some of the people out there
A
protesting.
very
on it.
important part. It's,
So-
for the political side of it, it's very important.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
And I will say, when Dave took this project, I gave it to Burke, and he was gonna hand it off, and when he saw it, he said, oh, I better take this one. And then after he took it, he said, I don't know why I took this one. So, the first look at it, he called me and said, I don't know why I said I'd do this. So, it's the biggest, yeah, it's the biggest project in the county ever.
Very much. Thank you.
Any other questions, comments, concerns, anything from the public?
Question I guess is that you started site work on preliminary, are there corrections required made to meet this final design? Or is it?
If you don't mind,
Yeah.
I get it's mass grading only at this point. They just made assumptions of the 75% impervious. They're very aware that as they do individual portions.
Excuse me, if you'll go back to the mic, because we record these.
Kirsten's trying to type fast as she can.
Yeah, the submittal was for mass grading only, and they did make an assumption of 75% impervious for the site, and as they proceed with the individual buildings and parking and things like that, they're gonna be, I believe, coming back in for the individual portions or phases and do confirmation that they're not exceeding 75%. If they are, I'm sure they're gonna have to make some adjustments and put in additional detention or enlarge ponds or adjust the control structures on the ponds if there's already enough volume. So they're very aware of that, I believe, so. Does that answer it? Okay.
And that's the good thing about a planned unit development is that they come in phases. So, and they don't have to, it's not per lot, it's per phase. So when they come in different phases.
Just one note on that 75%, that's a number we've found is a safe number to use. Typically, obviously, if we go over it, we'll have to account for that. But just with the utilities out there, we've got the electric corridors, all the corridors. Typically, we're, let's say, significantly under it, but that's a safe number that we've been under on a regular basis, so.
Thank you.
The last comment we had was, Dave and I had a concern about a flood route, so on the east side to make sure that we weren't going to flood across Antioch at all. And we made them adjust that to make sure there was no flooding possible across Antioch. So we're good there too.
Yeah, tell that to Noah.
I know. But we didn't catch it till the end because they put a levee in and it normally sheets across that field when it flooded, when it got to a certain height. Well, that levee kind of restricted that. So we had to, that was the last thing. It took us a couple of weeks to figure out what we was gonna do on that one.
Well, good.
So,
Any other comments, concerns? Hearing none, I look for a motion to approve the request for final drainage approval plan.
Kenny Hill makes a motion that we approve Project Louis mass grading with the conditional approval as noted on the outline on 1, 2, and 3.
Have a motion?
Second.
Have a second? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Keep us in the loop.
hey, you guys got a letter, you got, go ahead and sign one and pass it down. Doesn't matter which one we sign.
I'll sign it and I'll send it your way.
Okay.
And I sent the minutes that way before Terry asked, before Terry
Yeah,
gets
before I
all
told you you had to
nervous.
sign them.
Yeah, jumped in front of you. Approval of erosion and sediment control bond?
Part of the project is a bond they have to bond their erosion control and sediment in case they do not do what we tell them to do. Their seeding, and I had that here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. I might have left it downstairs. Matt, can you tell us, do you remember what that bond was for, how, the amount?
I don't see it.
I have a pretty close estimate.
We got it was 1.725, right? I think it was. $1.725 million is what the seeding and the erosion control would cost for us to put them back in. The bond is not ready yet, is it, Matt?
It is not, I know it's, they were working on getting it, and with the holidays, wasn't able to get much of an update ahead of this, but my understanding is they're very close, they're just working through their hierarchy of systems to get the actual paperwork in place, but I anticipate that we will have that, any day now.
So what I'd like for you to do is just approve that bond, so when it comes in, I can accept it. We don't have to wait till the next drainage board meeting.
And the amount was, 1.767 million.
Oh, 767, okay, I missed it.
So I found it here, we were all in the right ballpark.
I was off a little bit, I was close.
And that bond protects us if what?
If the project fails, we can go stabilize the ground, is what it does, and fix any issues that what they left, so.
Just out of curiosity, how did they determine 1.767?
Based on the disturbed area, the amount of seeding and erosion control blanket that would be required to stabilize.
That's a lot of grass seed, $1 million.
That's what I said, we could seed everything in the county for that, I think.
And that was based upon basically NDOT's published unit costs for,
That makes more sense. That's government grass seed.
that's kind of, yeah, so
That's government grass seed.
That's
That
the
makes a
good, that's the
whole-
good stuff.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot more sense.
Any larger project, we require the engineer to give us an engineering estimate, and that's what we go by. And their estimates are usually higher just to cover it, to make sure we're covered.
Any comments or concerns or a motion?
Makes a motion we approve the erosion sediment control bond in the amount of $1,767,000.
Second.
Pending Terry,
Billion.
Sorry.
pending Terry Brock's approval of the bond. The language of the bond.
Yeah, all right.
We could do that.
Look at
And
Kenny.
Don, you seconded. Any comments, concerns? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes. Incident and Emergency Action Plan for the Martinsville levee.
Gary, would you like to speak? Go ahead.
I have created 24 of these manuals, and I'm very desperate. This is the steps that are required for a particular incident. It's broken down by, if we have an earthquake, if we have a flood, if we have storm damage, if we have work being performed on the levee itself. this is who has to be notified and the steps of the action that they take going forward for that. So that documents had been produced and approved by the city. At this point, the south levee, which is the new levee, was turned over to the city just last week. So we're done working there. The contractor's done. He's given me the keys, so we're moving forward with that. So this is the little manual. The operations and maintenance manual is about 4 times thicker than this. It's like 250 pages. And that was the next one that we have to adopt at that point. So happy to answer any questions.
Gary, did you put the amendments in there, the two
that?
amendments that Banning did,
In here?
Yeah.
Yes.
the new ones? After reviewing it, I talked with Joe Miller from Banning, who did the project, and it didn't really spell out when they had to call us. It applied they had to call us, and we changed all of those chapters that said they must call us, that they have to call us.
Good.
Whenever those gates are closed and the pumps come on, and when anytime they test them, they're gonna call and let us know. So it specifies that they'll call us instead of implying that they will.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We were okay with everything else after
there's a
that.
general flow chart.
Yeah.
You start there, and you
got a
find which,
color- you got a
find
color
which
chart we can
flow
follow.
you're on, and you look up that particular incident, and that gives you the guidance of where to go there. For instance, there's a coordinator, in our case with the city, right now it's Mac Dunn, so he has one of these sets on his office desk, and he sleeps with one under his pillow, because you don't know what time of day or night you're gonna get the call, so that's what.
And I
We
got-
are automatically notified. There's a station monitoring at the Blue Bluff Bridge, and when that monitoring comes off, we come off at the 10-foot level, and we start getting, the action plan goes into effect. So that's what we have.
Yeah, it all goes by the gauge of Blue Bluff. Once it gets certain heights, the levels start. So we got green, yellow, red, I don't know what all we have, but yeah.
Questions?
Did it right. Thanks.
Do we have to take motion to accept the amended changes?
We can accept,
The plan?
really, it's it's really Martinsville's ordinance. It's not ours, so it's just, I think we probably should have a motion that we agree to accept their manual.
Their levy plan?
Yeah. It's an incident and emergency action plan. Yeah, we should.
A motion to
I'll make
accept
that motion, and
the plan
I assume the call would come to,
It'll come to
You-
our office.
okay.
Yep. But they've got Bill and I's cell phone numbers, they got our emails, they got the office number, so.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
aye.
Mr. Oakes, and wearing that sweatshirt, I'm assuming that you're looking forward to basketball season?
So, Ed, is this, are you retiring here at the end of this year? What's that? Is your retirement coming soon? In January, yes. I guess we'll have one more meeting then. We'll throw in an extra donut.
Are you going through January or Gary? Gary, through January or is it?
Right now, I have a plan commission meeting on, I believe it's the 28th of January, that I've got a couple projects to go before.
And that's it?
Immediately after that, yes, end of January.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
and thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Well, city's done a lot, and that levy was huge. People will never understand the cost or the importance of that levy, so thank you. Approval of the 26 meeting and submission schedules?
You have copies here. We just, Kirsten, sit down and just put it at the same time as your commissioners' meeting. We just need to approve our schedule.
Kenny Hill makes motion, we approve the 2026 meeting schedule as well as the submission schedule.
A second.
My only problem is I got all of 25s.
Oh, you,
I put the years 25, I'll correct
Is,
I was gonna say, that's what I was just asking Terry, both of you, so.
I think
okay,
her and I looked at it, we both knew that, and it just didn't get corrected, sorry.
You're good.
2026 schedule.
and so is that January 6th of 26?
Yes.
That's come, we're not meeting January 5th.
We already did, I guess, didn't we? So all the dates need to be changed.
Yeah, because that's actually when we met in 25. That's actually 25's, it's
Did you
January.
make copies of 25 and?
Yeah,
What it looks like.
we should be meeting January 5th of
We'll have to,
26.
we'll have to do that next meeting then,
Okay,
yeah.
well, table.
Table
Hey,
it,
look,
table it.
Caught ya. No biggie. We all know when they are. Stormwater coordinator update.
I don't have anything else to contribute unless you have questions for me.
Any questions?
We just talked about this morning, we really don't have any big projects going. It's like we normally do in the wintertime, because we've been dealing with the Louis project, so.
It's that little one we
Just that
approved
little one, but I mean, yeah, for our ditches, we don't
with
really have anything planned.
1.767 worth of grass seed.
Yeah.
Any other business come before this board? Yes, sir? Can you please come to the mic? Though I know who you are. But the public doesn't. State your name and where you live and.
I'm Ken Norman. I live on Cross Street, and my concern's the flooding from Sartor Ditch. And I was wanted to see if I could get an update on if the culvert from Cross Street into the trailer park, if it's going to be replaced and when. And also a follow-up on last time I was here, we talked about getting a hold of Grand Valley development and getting some restrictors on the retention ponds or something to slow the runoff that drains into Sartor Ditch.
Last I heard, they hadn't responded to our inquiry.
Well, we talked to Mr. Eichelberger about that this morning, Bill and I did, because he did our ditch studies, and he already studied Walmart and Grand Valley, and we talked about that this morning, how we're gonna have him, get a contract with him to look at that for us, and then get a letter out to Walmart and whoever needs, what other entities need it up there, so. He's already studied that, the company has, probably 2-3 years ago, I think, Dave. So we already know where all the issues are up there, so we're gonna get a letter to Walmart and get it sent out. So, as far as,
When the, where Lowe's was going, it's still a cornfield, sits behind Skillman and behind the restaurants. When that develops, which direction does that runoff want to go?
You see a couple things, I've been there after it flooded down through there, they experienced quite a bit of water comes in through there, and how much comes down from the ditch to the north, in Sartor Ditch, how much is coming from across from the highway, it's kind of tough to tell. The improvements that were made to Hilldale Ditch should help alleviate some of that, but not all of it. That's the, at the intersection of, as it comes from the east, comes across Artesian, runs 100 yards till it gets to the headwaters of Hilldale Ditch. That's Hilldale Ditch headwaters. From there, it comes the other way. It runs down to the west behind the Ford dealership. On there, it goes underneath I-69, heads across underneath I-69, intersects Sartor Ditch then at that point on the east side of I-69.
Do you know where it intersects at? How far down from the South Street Bridge? I mean, does it pass? I mean, I'm thinking future development needs to hit Sauter Ditch back where it bends back over to back on the east side of 69.
I wouldn't guess more than 200 feet from South Street.
That's the one that we
Pushing
replaced.
it there, raising it, and then bringing it back.
That's the one that we replaced the culvert when we put that new bridge in. We replaced that culvert, and it actually runs in the trailer park. So, coming across there at the Ford dealership. So it comes in below Cross Street.
About half of the Ford dealership drains to the north and goes to Sartor Ditch at South Street, and the other half
Yeah, it goes through the trailer park.
goes through the trailer park at a more southern point.
Yeah.
And goes into Sauter.
Yeah, it goes into solid. We replaced that culvert this year in Outer Drive, part of our project, putting the new bridges. So we already did that. The culvert he's asking about is on Cross Street. We don't have any plans at this time to replace it yet. I mean, that's gonna be down the road when we get the funding to do it. You know, we put 300,000 or so into the other one this year, so.
That's nice. I can take the fire truck
Oh,
across
it's really
it.
nice, yeah. And it gets the water out quicker, so.
And the only thing, sir, I can tell you is on 3 and 4 and 5 inch rains, I mean, I had water coming up through the basement. I mean,
Yeah.
and it wasn't from the dish, but I'm just saying, in the mineral city, there's nowhere for it to go.
Right.
And we understand there's an little issue there on that culvert, but, you know, it's just a major rain. It takes a big rain to really jump it out.
Well, when it can't get through the culvert and it runs down the street,
Yeah, it does,
then there's a problem.
yeah. So we'll see if we can relieve it any other way or not at this time, but you know, that culvert would be another 300,000 probably to replace it. Yeah. So.
Talking about the culvert from Cross Street into Outer Drive.
Yeah, that big, it's a CMP, great big CMP in there. Yep.
Mr. Oaks, is there any planned development going in that farm field?
It probably needs to be a little bigger. But what happens is, it kind of does this, comes up and does that. So what it does, when it gets up, it jumps on the side.
Primary owner and managing partner of Grant Valley has agreed to pay Walmart their hostage price, so it's actually him, but not Terra.
Okay.
The car wash that just went in is the last one we seen going in.
I don't know, we'll have to look at it.
You might tell your predecessor that we have enough water going into Sauter Ditch that,
Oh, we'll watch that for sure. You know, that, you had the question about where that Lowe's is gonna go. Bill and I's talked about that many times. It needs to go to Hilldale. It just does.
that's
And they
my,
pushed it the wrong way forever because when they dug Hilldale and they dug Sauter, the farmer got mad. He wasn't gonna pay Hilldale assessment back in the 50s. So he dug his own ditch and it went to Sauter. And so they've used that ditch ever since to dump all that to Sauter. And actually, that should go to Hilldale. So since we worked on Hilldale, we'll make sure whenever that happens, that new development will come into Hilldale where it should go. So,
It's easy to develop, there's water and sewer down both sides of the property, down Grand Valley and down.
yeah,
There's a ditch on the, what I call the south side.
yep,
It's just not very good soil condition down there.
so.
keep us on our toes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other information or questions or concerns to come before this board? Hearing none, I ask for a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Say aye.
Aye.